Guys, we are in the crazy week as we enter this Let's Algo live stream with FrugalBC. We've got, well, you can imagine what is dominating the headlines today. Yep. In fact, even in my news stream, I wrote FTX, duh. And we're going to talk about a lot of, just kind of give you a little recap of what's been happening in the last 24 hours. You guys have seen I did a live stream a couple times this week just because the stuff that was coming out was so major, and we're gonna break that down, kind of the latest in what's going on. I got a much longer video coming out next week, kind of telling the story about how this all happened and some of the early warning signs that maybe people should have caught. Oh, we got some good news coming up too. My algo adding NFT visual capability, even in 3D. We'll talk a little bit more about that. And we got a privacy layer coming to Algorand. So we got some good news too. We're going to talk about FTC. I'm not going to lie, FTX is going to dominate a lot of our stream today. What is up, Yasuo Straw Hatos? Welcome back to the live stream. Glad you could join us and everyone else out there right now. So yeah, let's just get into it. We're going to look at the charts too, of course, as we always do. They're not looking so hot for either Algorand or anything else. But so FTX news today, people have not been, they actually did, I believe they did pause withdrawals on crypto. They didn't make an official announcement on that, but apparently it is, they are paused. Accounts are now reading zero. So that happened today. A lot of people were reporting that their account balances just simply read zero, and that's really scary. You know what that even when you log into like my algo or something, and there's that little time period where it doesn't say anything. Well, actually, it doesn't happen on my algo. It happens on Lofty at first. Everything says zero for a little bit until it loads up. So I feel really bad for those people. If you had money on FTX, my heart really goes out to you. I know what that feels like because I had the same thing happen on Celsius. At least Celsius, it was like, yeah. Well, we'll get into that. Celsius, I feel like there was a point when they paused rewards, but they were still offering rewards for the people who left it on there. And something told me that I should get my coin off of there, and I didn't. And maybe we'll get some of that back. We'll see. And then there was a hack this morning. Apparently, I believe $340 million worth of crypto was taken off. BitBoy Crypto, among others, are saying that it was basically an escape hatch that they set up for themselves, so the folks behind FTX could get it out and get their money out and go hide. Some online sleuths believe that his plane is actually, that they tracked his plane leaving the Bahamas and heading down to South America. I can't remember if it was Chile or Brazil or somewhere in South America he was headed. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. And then apparently, according to his tweets, BitBoy Crypto is trying to hunt him down. And I believe he's offering some kind of reward if you capture Sam Bankman-Fried. That's pretty wild. I don't know if that's true or not, but it seems kind of crazy. But I believe the law will deal with him if he is caught. So that'll be a Netflix documentary in 4 or 5 years probably, or maybe even 3 years. So yeah, really interesting stuff, and it's had a lot of impacts on crypto. Let's see, crypto heads here. Welcome. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I said, I lost coin on. Yeah, I know. BitBoy Crypto, I'll put that out there. BitBoy Crypto, the bounty hunter, apparently. You got to give it. I go back and forth on how I feel about BitBoy. Lately, I just find him kind of amusing, and I don't know. He actually did sound the alarm on Sam Bankman-Fried, so I got to give him credit for that. He said stuff was going to come out, and it did. Oh, and one other thing I was going to say before I get to some of the other stuff. Apparently, Sam Bankman-Fried was going to invest in Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter, and what came out is that Elon didn't believe that he had $3 billion to put into it, and saw something the rest of us didn't. I could just never get this hat on straight. Anyway, I guess that's my thing. No lemon Croy water, by the way, today. I haven't bought it in the last couple of weeks. Well, So a lot of you guys might have remembered, if you saw any of my videos earlier in the week, you know that Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of FTX, was supposed to speak at Decipher. He was going to be on a panel with Anthony Scaramucci, and he actually invested in Skybridge Capital, it appears. And so there's some talks. We're going to cover that in a second. So Algorand Foundation / Stacey Warden first said, I'm not really sure. I asked her, Crypto for Change asked her, I'm sure a couple other people asked her, and she ended up responding to Crypto for Change and saying, yeah, we're not really sure what we're going to do. This was before this was when they were still working with Binance, which was big enough as it is, right? That was a big enough news story. It is. And then Binance took a look at the books for all of about 5 seconds and went, yeah, how about no? We're not getting involved in this thing. And we can kind of see why. Yeah, that's by the way, it literally was like less than a day before they announced that, yeah, we're not doing this. Due diligence usually takes time. So if it fell apart that quickly, you knew it was bad, and turned out it was bad. It appeared that they were, for people who are just catching up, it appeared that FTX was, taking money from customers through the exchange, which is, they're supposed to hold on to it. They're supposed to hold on to this money on the FTX platform. And then Sam Bankman-Fried, who's was the CEO of FTX, he was also the founder of Alameda Research. And what they were doing is funneling money from FTX to Alameda Research to leverage trade into crypto. So basically, they were gambling with your money, and it sounds very similar to the Celsius story in a lot of ways, because he was essentially gambling with customer funds too. And BitBoy Crypto tweeted something. I'm bringing him up a lot today, but he tweeted something about, well, couldn't you just make an exchange where your revenue source is just the fees that people pay to hold your crypto or to trade crypto? And I thought, yeah, I was thinking you could even do that. And if you need to make a little extra money to pay the bills, you could make a little profit. You could also do like either a subscription service or, kind of like my Wealthfront account where you pay per assets under management. You pay a small little fee every month or every year, whatever it is. That's one way to handle it. But, definitely playing around with customer money and essentially gambling with it, that's not good at all. So anyway, like I was saying, he was supposed to speak at Decipher with the Mooch, and apparently he was going to video in. And so first they said maybe. Then they said he definitely. Yesterday they said he definitely won't be there, and I think we could all figure out that he would not be anyway. But here's what Stacey Warden had to say this week. This is the CEO of the Algorand Foundation. She says that this has been the worst week in crypto is pretty obvious. We wake up to crazier and more deranged news each day. Yes, we did. True facts. And I hesitate to write this now because my heart goes out to people hurting right now. Yeah, for sure. Definitely echo those sentiments. This morning, I also found myself comparing it to my actual week. I was in about 7 Decipher 2020 meetings this week, trying to make it as over the top, as great as possible. Speakers, outreach, content, agenda, fun, just adding more and more. Some sad no's, Piggy Pal, I'm sorry, but no, you can't install a video game in arcade in the main hall. Why not? I was like, really? For sure you should. But anyway, weeks of meetings, brainstorming the new governance program, writing the memo to our community, expecting but really hoping it would be well received. Decentralization, DeFi, got a taste of what it's like to work for our new head of community governance, non-fungible AB. I'm not really sure what that last line means exactly. Aren't you the CEO? Doesn't that person work for you? Did you mean with? I don't know. A little strange. Oh, by the way, I found out the reason they're having it in Dubai and Abu Dhabi and some of these other areas in the Emirates. I just found this with I was watching an interview with Kevin O'Leary, and he was talking about how these guys are like really, really interested in crypto, and they know that the days of making massive amounts of money on oil is coming to an end. So they're doing this, and so they're really interested in crypto. So that's why it's in Dubai, because Dubai is one of the areas where they really want to get into crypto, and they have a lot of money. Because I was kind of wondering about that. Like, why would you go to why Dubai, like of all places? Well, that's why. Anyway, onboarding our new global head of ecosystem growth. Put up with our heads of research yesterday. One department of strategy. I don't know why. It seems odd to. Oh yeah, deeply engaged, as you can imagine, in the Decipher ping pong tournament. Everybody that is coming should start practicing now to beat our rating consensus champion Anil Vicasa. I'm looking at you, Paul Regal. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I'm bringing the paddle in. You're gonna be better watch out for old Frugal BC. He can hit a ping pong ball. I'll tell you what. Anyway, I would lose all my viewers now. They're like, who cares about ping pong? So I don't want to seem lighthearted or superior or complacent with all that broad ecosystem is going through right now, but I'm so bought into crypto's underlying vision that I'm just super grateful to be here helping at Algorand Foundation, not anywhere else. I'll stop here. One last thing, and here's like the one last thing. Yeah, this is like the heart of the matter here. This is bearing the lead. One last thing, we're replacing the SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried fireside chat with a panel called We Won't Get Fooled Again. And for all you young folks out there, that is a reference to the Who had a song called We Won't Get Fooled Again. And that's going to feature former SEC counsel and Steptoe partner Coy Garrison, Eric, let's see, who's Eric? Eric Idden, I think. Eric Regal, okay. One or two to focus on lessons learned and help sharpen our collective radar. Yeah. So kind of the most important part is like right there in the end there, but it's gonna be. Hey, I'd still like Sam Bankman-Fried to be there because I got all kinds of questions I'd like to ask him. I'll tell you what, he's not going to. Like I said, he was going to video in, and apparently he was there by Anthony Scaramucci's invite and was going to be on the panel with him. So interesting. So I guess that means that the Mooch is also not going to be there. Interesting too, because I reached out. I wonder if he had some insight of that coming up, because I had reached out for an interview and his team had gotten back to me fairly quickly to say that they'd be in touch, and then I haven't heard anything since. Also interesting. So I gotta find this. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. So the Mooch addressed this. So I'm gonna turn my last time you guys said there was echo, so I'm gonna mute my mic while I play this. But oops, make sure it's on.
For myself, I'll be working on buying back my equity and restoring that. The good news for Skybridge investors, we had no assets on custody there. We thought that was a potential conflict of interest, and so we were saved that way.
Really short. You guys able to hear that? Yeah, that's the video. Yeah, he didn't look happy. Not at all. Kind of can't blame him. They had, so as far as I know, I scanned a number of lists, and I'll show you this one too. Let's see. By the way, this particular chart was tweeted out by nifgen.com. Nifgen is a partner of FrugalBC and a number of other Algorand creators. I believe we're going to launch in mid-December with our platform. I shouldn't say our, and it's not mine. I don't own it, but with a platform where you will be able to subscribe to the extra content of all your favorite Algorand creators to support them for one fee. And it's gonna we're really looking forward to it. You can sign up right now. They also have NFTs and stuff, and you actually be able to even buy NFTs of our episodes. So I think that's pretty cool. So big shout out to Nifgen NFT. They are sending a number of us, including FrugalBC, to Dubai to cover Decipher. So very cool. Yeah, this is a little list of all the investors in FTX. We're talking about $30.2 billion. It includes Binance Labs, Tom Brady, and Sequoia Capital, also Coinbase Ventures. So I think it's an interesting chart, but BlackRock is in there to a small extent. Teachers welfare growth, yeah. So there was this is one thing I'm going to cover in the video next week. But there was a Ontario teachers pension that invested in FTX. That is yikes. You're screwing over. Yeah, Circle's in there too, by the way. But yeah, you're really screwing over the teachers now. So I hope you feel good, Sam Bankman-Fried. Terrible, just terrible. That's that chart. I'm gonna take that down. Take a couple of these things down. Otherwise, yeah, there's just a lot to unravel with this. Before we get to the other Algorand news, let's get to yeah, Skybridge owns. Welcome to the channel, Edward. Yeah, Skybridge owns millions in FTT. I'll tell you what, I have no interest in any of the exchanges coins. I don't see the point of them, so I have no interest in them. Have I ever bought one? No, I don't think I've ever bought any of the exchange coins from any of the exchanges. Like you could, when I was on Celsius, you could get a higher percentage in Cell token, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll take it in the coin that I'm staking. So okay, let's look at the charts next. We'll look at the charts, and then we'll get to some positive Algorand news this week, because God, do we need it? Yeah, FTX token. Is that really only down 22%? I would think it'd be down way more. Yeah, Bitcoin and ETH very low volume right now. Ethereum at 1,200 and Bitcoin at just under 17,000. It's been a bit lower. I think it got all the way down to the 15,000 range. And there's some people that think it's going to go lower. We're going to clear out even further down. But yeah, a lot of coins losing 20 to even upwards of 30%. The biggest loser, Solana, was 60%. That's crazy. But yeah, pretty much everything is down. Not, I'd say buy, but it's a good buy time. But be careful what you buy. Really careful what you buy. Atom is interesting. Now, Atom was up as high as like 30 some dollars at one point. So a long time ago, back in the bull run, not recently. This one's been going up. This one has a lot of volatility. Chainlink, can get some Chainlink pretty cheap right now. And let's see, Algorand sitting at 28, so it's fallen back a little bit on market cap, down 35% on the week. So sitting at 27 cents. Toncoin, that's interesting. I haven't heard of that one. That's the first time I've seen it in the top 30. I'm kind of wondering what that is. A new protocol coming up, VeChain. Yeah, we had a little excitement with Algorand, had kind of gone up for a little bit. Let's see how low the market cap is now compared to where it was. Let's just look at the month here. Yeah, this was we were all having fun here, saying, "Oh, look at that pump! Look at that pump!" And then, yeah, we got down. Well, how far did we get down? Yeah, almost a quarter, almost down to a quarter. This maybe seems like a dumb thought, but I kind of like the idea that you could actually take a physical quarter and buy an Algorand. I don't know why that suddenly occurred to me. Yeah, here's what it looks like on the Vestige. Oh, gotta hit the share button first, BC. Come on, Frugal, get it together. Yeah, no, even our Bitcoin, which usually has had these like crazy gains, I don't understand it. Only 0.46% up compared to big. We still got some big ASAs like Day by Day and Smilecoin. Kita Inu even pumping. Interesting. Bitcoin's up a little bit, and then some Game Master whatever has gone up 27x. That's a little crazy, huh? But that's not really, when these things start from nothing, that's not always a big surprise. But yeah, everything falling a little bit. Look at Cosmic Gold down. That was out in the 7.5 cents around. Now it's about 5 cents. I noticed a big difference when I was doing my farming. Yeah, you look at the 7 day, and I like I said, I say this all the time, but I really wish they had 24-hour and 7 days on here instead of 1 hour. But you can tell by the chart, DeFi token is down. Cosmic Champ's actually up on the week, which is crazy. But I'm not sure if this might be compared to the Algorand chart. They really shouldn't mix there. You got to base it on one or the other. Don't mix them like that. Algorand's down. Go Mint way down. Yieldy actually having a little bit of a pump there. Look at that. Look at Yieldy. So don't call it a comeback. Really don't. Vestige down. Bank climbing a little bit. BC's got some bank. And Algo Stake up, which is interesting because it looked like it was down when I was doing the staking. So I don't know if it's, again, I'm not sure if these might be compared to Algorand instead of, but they list the dollar price here, so it's a little confusing. All right, let's see who's in our live here. Oh, I got a Townstar question. When do you think the daily challenges in Townstar will come back? Hey Dan, thanks for asking the question. Actually, I was just listening to an AMA for the Townstar folks today. They make it sound like it's pretty close. Like maybe by the end of the year yet, but it's hard to say for sure. They were taking some polls, and it was about 50-50, or people saying, yeah, just turn it on now, and people saying, yeah, take your time and make sure you got it right. I can see the merits of both. I'm looking forward to it turning back on. And it sounds like the new Godot engine is about to launch with Persistent Town. It sounds like what they're going to do is they're going to do a lot of the basic stuff first, just kind of get the engine out there, and then just start adding features. And with the Persistent Town will be interesting because you'll be playing the town, and then you're playing the game, and then when you turn it off, it keeps running. Whereas right now, it pauses when you close the window. With this, it'll just keep running. So that's been one of my frustrations. Is like with Town, they don't put it on the they don't write it out anywhere. It's all in these AMAs, and they're really long, and so I have to turn it on YouTube, and then I usually bump the speed. So I usually do 1.5 speed just so I can get the information. I think they do it as spaces initially, and then they take the recording and put it on. Let's see. I'll get to the other question in a second, but I want to, since we're on the Town card, do you think you can earn $100 from it just with the Express Depot NFT? Well, that's hard to say, right? I do have that one. That was the first one I bought, and then I bought the water tank. Wait a me a second. I bought the water tank, and so I was earning 3 Town a day, and then it went down to 1.65 or something like that when they made that cut. And then, of course, they just turned it on. So $100, eventually, theoretically, there's so many factors at play, and I didn't really think nearly enough about this because there's the price of Town. So the problem with Town is there has to be something else to do with it. Otherwise, people just get the Town and they go dump it, and then the price eventually plummets, right? Because there's no reason for people to hold on to it or use it. If they had a staking mechanism, maybe that would help. And they haven't really said much about what their plan is to fix the economy. It just sounds like they've are pretty close to shoring it up, is what it sounds like. So, so if you think about it, when Town was 68 cents per Town, and you could earn 1 Town from that Express Depot, you're talking about 10 days to earn 680. So probably less is probably what 75, 70, 80 days to earn up to $50 or to, let me think. I don't usually don't do public math, but yeah, it's gonna take it takes several months to earn that $100, even at that. And when it's like 2 cents, it's gonna take you way longer. So, it's like yes, but for how long? How long will it take you to earn, right? One thing that did occur to me before I move on is it did occur to me that right now the prices for a lot of those NFTs are really cheap. So it might not be a bad idea to pick up some of the higher paying ones while they're cheap. Because if the town mechanism is functional again and it's working really well, then you will be able to buy one of these NFTs at like bargain basement prices. But then if the earning is back on, you actually be doing well. But that depends a lot on a lot of factors. So it is kind of a gamble, just to keep that in mind. Let's see. Ultra Crepidarians Crypto AMA Library says, did you hear about Affinity BCS creating a bridge to Algorand? Actually, I did hear about that. Yeah, I did hear a little bit about that. In fact, just recently I saw something on it. Didn't really look super careful into it. Mostly because let me look that up a second. Sorry, this will just take a second. Affinity BCS. Oh, look at that. You did a video on it. I see that you did a video on it. Just surprised there isn't more beyond that because I don't want to play the video on here, but yeah, maybe we'll cover that on a future live stream. All right. Well, we got some more news to cover yet, so let's get back to it. Yeah, so Algonaut blog has a really great article on how to use the hardware wallets. FTX happened, and we're all kind of freaking out and realizing that, hey, not your keys, not your crypto. I've been hearing that for years, and I've been doing that for years. I've been doing that for years, but now it's really solid. Like this is what we got to do. Got to get your stuff off of these exchanges, and so Algonaut.blog. This guy writes really great guides. His stuff is excellent. I've used him plenty of times to learn how to do stuff, and he's got basically a whole guide on how to do non-custodial exchange wallets. Talking about the positive and negatives. That's what we're talking about, like centralized exchanges, and then self-custody wallets like Para and MyAlgo, which I generally prefer. But you can also do hardware wallets using Ledger on Algorand, and then he's got a whole thing on how to set up Ledger on Algorand. So if you guys want to do this, highly recommend it. It's Algonaut like astronaut, but Algonaut.space. And you'll see he's got a lot of great guides. So definitely go check him out. Good dude. I've talked to him a lot on Twitter. Very good dude. So just want to put that out there. And one other thing I got. Turns out Algorand has big plans on privacy, speed, and co-chains, according to founder Seville Macaulay. Yeah, this privacy layer has me intrigued. I want to hear more about this. I'll just read this. Let me take a little drink here. Algorand has an ambitious series of upgrades planned, including for privacy, founder Silvio Macaulay has told Australian Blockchain Week. We are assembling a great team, and we already have some plans on privacy, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology professor told about 150 audience members, blah, 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 blah. We want a layer of privacy, and it's going to be first class. That's why we developed it together with regulators. On the side, you want to have complete privacy. On the other side, you want to have an ironclad guarantee that nothing wrong is going to happen under the curtain of privacy. Colley said that he was a big believer in privacy. Adding that layer was one reason Algorand was so fast. Cool. Algorand is also working on permission co-chains, so developers can build ecosystems independent of the main algo blockchain. Among other things that can be used for is central bank digital currencies. Aha. Now remember that Algorand is 20022 compliant, very important. I really think the feature is not going to be one chain that wins them all, but it's going to be a dozen, 20. Maybe we don't need thousands, but a fair number of chains because each of us is good or better than others at their certain things. And of course, he thinks Algorand is going to be one of them, and so do I. So nice to have some like positive news coming out of Mr. Macaulay, who also will be speaking at Decipher. Good to see. Yeah, so nice to have some positive news in this week that has otherwise been extraordinarily challenging. So, hey, so make sure you guys got any questions, leave them in the comments. I didn't know if I got many questions this week. I did enjoy getting that Townstar question because I do a lot of. I've been following them. I haven't been playing them since the issues took place. I tried the competitions a few times, and I just don't like leaving my computer on all the time. So I'm really interested in the persistent town where it stays. Someone asked me like what you can do with the FIFA NFTs, and can other ones get the same ones as you? Yeah, so you guys have probably seen, most of you who are watching probably saw my videos on FIFA, but basically it's like a pretty standard distribution of NFTs where there's a number of commons, less rares, even fewer epics, and then iconics are next. There's hardly any of those, and there are duplicates though, and then you can sell them on the marketplace. So got a lot of spam comments this week. I hate those spam comments. There's so many of them. Oh yeah, we had a video about Cosmic Champs. The open beta is coming now. The first one was a closed beta. It was only for 1 week. This one will be persistent and last for a while. The idea is to turn it on and keep it going. If you want to, so you can watch that video on my channel to see the whole story. I broke it all down. And I also did a video comparing Polygon to Algo, and it's something I want to do more with more coins, just kind of explore the rest of the ecosystem. So I say comparison, I kind of compare the tech. I know Polygon is a layer 2, so it's not necessarily fair, but so I was talking with I did a live stream on Wednesday night to talk about the FTX stuff. And C. Will from Passive Income Network joined me on the live stream, so that was fun. We hashed out some of the FTX stuff, and I was talking about how this week I had gotten into. I took my Cosmos off of Coinbase and learned the Kepler wallet, and I started using Osmosis. And someone asked me if I'd checked out Osmosis, and I was like, yeah. It turns out actually that's exactly what I used. Some people talking about buying the dip. Some bought it at 26 cents this week, the Algorand. Let's see. Someone was asking about, if it was better to pay the extra fees on like something like MoonPay versus buying through a centralized exchange. I would say I'm still using Coinbase to make my purchases, but then I'm sending it right off of there. So I'm taking it from Coinbase and sending it right to my Algorand wallet. So what I'll do if I want to buy Bitcoin, I'll just buy that amount of Algorand, send it to my Algo wallet, and then swap for Go Bitcoin, Go BTC or PBTC or Go ETH if ETH is the case. Did I miss a comment on Townstar? No, I didn't. I replied. Okay. Yeah, people really did seem to like that video on both. Oh, someone asked if my tiny man could be hacked because I was showing it on screen, and the answer is not really. Because you log in with your wallet, which is a password that's never ever shown anywhere when you log in. So basically, no, you'd have to log into the only way to log into hack into Tiny Man, for my Tiny Man, would be to hack into my actual wallet. So That's the whole point of crypto. Oh yeah, someone on Twitter suggested I make a video on how to send your Bitcoin and ETH to your Algorand wallet, and turned out, as you may have know, I already did. So that's in my videos if anyone wants to go see that. I love it when people ask me to make a video and I've already made it. That just makes me happy because then I can just be like, oh, it turns out I already have one. Oh yeah, someone said my thumbnail makes me look like a stupid soy boy. So that was nice. I gotta say though, I rarely ever get that stuff. Once in a great while. And Sext Find wanted me to tell me about the best adult dating sites, so that was nice. See, I get a lot of spam. I'm not getting like the fake, the ones that are imitating me though yet. I'm sure that's coming. Let's see. Yeah, that's about it for this week. So let's see. What are y'all saying in the chat here? Yeah, so no, that's okay. I just thought it was funny because you mentioned it, and then I pulled up, I went and Googled it, and you were like, your video was number one. Hey, man, that's good. That's good when you can get your video on Google like that. I come up for, I did for governance for a little while. I was one of the videos that popped up when you Google Algorand governance. I don't think I am anymore. Still doing really well in my lofty videos, like the top. If you punch in, because every once in a while I'll punch in search terms to see who's leading on a private window, and it's usually been my I've done pretty well. So yeah, that was the whole. So I said I want to make some passive income from games, and I've been waiting for Townstar since August. Yeah, me too. Me too. It's actually been I believe it was June or July. It was one of the two. So they turned it off then, and I was pretty mad because I was playing it every day to get the coin, and then they dropped the ball. And the one thing I don't have a problem with them turning it off, but I didn't like what I heard from some of the Gala Games people because they were talking about it like it was unreasonable for people to expect when to earn rewards from these games. And I'm like, yeah, well, no one's gonna buy a several $100 NFT or $1,000 NFT and not expect unless there's some sort of ROI involved. So I mean, the game's pretty fun, but it's not that fun. It's not a game I would spend thousands of dollars on because it's so fun, right? I don't know. It just felt a little tone deaf. They should have. I just felt like they should have acknowledged more that it was like, yeah, this is a big deal. This is hurting people, and you have to acknowledge that. So let's see. And Crepidarians says, I'm seriously thinking about a cold wallet. FTX being a scam, second largest exchange is super scary. Yeah, and I'm kind of wondering about Binance too, because I've read some stuff about them that makes them sound kind of shady too. The stuff between FTX and Binance goes a long ways back, which almost makes me wonder if there was some spite involved in the Binance refusing to help out FTX. I think it just they looked at the books and went, "Oh gosh, no." That's what I hope. That's what I want to. I want to believe that they were willing to help, and then just saw how crooked the books were and said, "Oh no, oh heck no." All right. Well, I guess that's the end of the live stream today, guys. Everyone, thanks so much for watching. If you lost money in FTX, man, I really feel for you. Like I said, I lost money on Celsius a while back. And I don't know. That was one of the things. Like FTX was actually supposed to be. They were one of the people who submitted a bid to take over Celsius's assets in the bankruptcy proceedings, and well, clearly that's not going to happen now, right? So, all right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe out there. Not your keys, not your crypto, guys. And I say this as someone who has paid the price himself. So get your stuff off exchanges as much as possible. Use it for on and off ramps, but other than that, I've ridden with my. Yeah, he did actually, Digital Soldier. In fact, that's going to be in my video coming up too. I donated quite heavily to Biden and to other Democrats. The same people that appointed Gary Gensler, which seemed to kind of give FTX a pass. So lots to talk about there. We will definitely be breaking that down more later this week. But remember, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. Stay safe out there. Get off those exchanges. Get your money on MyAlgo or Para or whatever wallet you want to use. And as always, I'll see you in the future.